Hello, my name is Brent Holmes, and I'm going to answer 10 questions. Let's get rolling.
Who or what were you in a previous life?
I think that most people would like to believe that in a previous life that they were someone really important, like a historical figure, Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, things like that. I believe, rather frankly, that I was probably a bureaucrat. I was probably an accountant, someone like not even close to being in like the palace kind of intrigue or anything. Very much just like kind of middle management. I feel really comfortable in middle management roles. I think that's, I think that's what it was in a past life. It's not flashy or boring, but you know what it is? Important. The world runs on accountants. I think that it's really, if I'm being frank, like bureaucrats run things. Like, sure, it absolutely makes sense. Like, you need the hero, you need the leadership position, you need those people up there. You also need like the rabble rousers and like the rebels who are going to make the world a better place and shift over society completely. But in between, in the middle, is that important lubrication, which is paperwork.
How do you relax?
I play video games. It's not flashy or interesting, but I think that it's that ability to disconnect from reality if I need to relax helps a lot. The problem is if I'm like nowhere near a game system, it's a little tough. I mean, I have other ways of relaxing, but I think that especially if it's an old video game, like something that I've played before, then you can just really just kind of turn off your brain for a little bit. That's pretty good for me. Baths are also a big one. Got a nice hot bath. It's perfect. Like if I need to get over a cold, always take a hot bath.
How would you describe yourself in a single sound effect?
I feel like that's a sound effect both that I feel internally whenever I'm dealing with most people. I feel that it's also can be a sound effect that people use when they're around me. Sometimes I'm just a little bit too much, or maybe not enough. I'm just disappointing.
What are some key traits you look for in a best friend?
Ooh. Well, I think that ideally, what I'm looking for in a candidate for best friendship is someone who is able to kind of get my jokes. I think that it's also very important that they are patient with me. I get a little over apologetic at times. It's a little annoying. I understand that. And I think just like a horned helmet is pretty important. Because like if you need to take down a door, like I can't do that. I'm made out of twigs. So I think that someone that's got that like door bashing proficiency is really important. Battle axes are good. So a barbarian, like I think is gonna be good for me. D12 and hit dice is perfect. Like that's icing on the cake. Not a requirement, but it's very nice.
You've just been arrested. What do your friends assume that it was for?
Now I keep coming up with an answer and it's just like, CP! I don't know if they would assume that I got arrested. Like, I think they would assume there was a wrongful arrest because I am very by the book. Like I'm that friend like that, like let's say that we're like 19 or so and you've got a couple beers. I'm like, we're gonna try beer, guys? Okay. Like, wait, we're going back to your room, right? Like, we're not gonna just, like, okay, like, should we, like, draw the curtains? Or, like, I'm gonna be very quiet, all right? I'm gonna be very quiet, and then we'll try beer. I'm very much that kind of guy. Probably tax evasion. Maybe. That's the thing, like, I think most people would assume, like, nah, he did, what did he get arrested for? But, I mean, he didn't. Like, what the fuck would Brent do to get arrested for? He beat a man to death? Brent? Brent Holmes. That guy. No. Yeah. A friend of mine, a former friend, I won't go into that bit, he once told me that if he ever needed to raise money for a show, he would just send me along to people, because people would just like see me and just say, yes, whatever. Like, you're obviously not going to misuse it. You look like a very nice young man. Like, I'm going to be 60 years old and people are going to say, that is a nice young man.
Welcome to hell. What's the unique torture that's been created just for you?
Fuck. I have so many answers to this question, which I think is telling, but I'm trying to pick the best one. I think the perfect torture for me would be an expanse of complete white, a silent void. But randomly, every now and again, there's a clown somewhere nearby me. And I don't know when they're going to show up. It's completely random, and they're not going to do anything. But they're going to pop in, and they're going to pop out. It haunts me. This clown. So yeah.
That would be really scary.
Yeah, no, fuck that, right?
Derpiest part of the animal kingdom?
The derpiest part of the animal kingdom. I wish my wife was here. This would be a perfect question for her. Oh. I feel like I'm just in a card catalog in my mind, just like flipping through. Dogs as a concept. Like in terms of what they do, what they're like to be around, dogs are pretty damn derpy. And I think that's why we love them. And quite frankly, it's probably because we bred them to be that way, but I think that's gotta be my answer. Cats almost kind of deserve it, right?
Exactly.
Like they're a little too smug. They think, okay, I haven't lived with cats for very long, but cats think that they're highly intelligent. They're really not. Like, I have met so many smarter dogs than cats. Yeah, we're talking about you. They just yell at nothing. God, I love them though.
What's your favorite band and why?
David Bowie. I mean, he's not a band, he's a single person, but I feel like most people ask, who's your favorite band? Because, you know, whether they're including like musical acts or like, you know, specific people. And for me, it was just something very personal when I was in high school that someone gave me Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And in high school in particular, I felt that I was a really weird person. I didn't feel like people understood me, which of course, looking back now, everyone felt that way, teenage Brent. So fucking stop. Anyway, and at the time, it just felt like everything that he was hitting on could I felt like some relation to, or, you know, conversely, just the music was just good. And the funny thing about it was that it wasn't as if I wasn't aware of him as a musician before that, like, you know, Changes, Rebel Rebel, those kinds of more pop, China Girl, those kinds of songs that like everyone knows that are part of the canon. But I feel like David Bowie is a great example of someone that like you can appreciate on a lot of different levels. You can just go real surface level and just do the hits, like the ones I just mentioned. But there's also a lot of depth to a lot of his songs. Ashes to Ashes is a great example of a song that's completely autobiographical, but like hidden within the layers. Understanding his life makes understanding that song that much better. His last album being a final note, like each of those songs, well, not each of those songs, but a good majority of those songs being a sort of hint that he was about to pass on and what that felt like. He turned his death into an act of like performance, and that's incredible to me. I don't know if I would have liked him like person to person. He seemed like a lot as a person, but as an artist, he's a complete and total inspiration. I also get a David Bowie t-shirt every year for Christmas, so that's good too. Plus, he's the fucking sovereign!
What are the best and worst letters of the alphabet?
I feel like the worst letter is Q. We never use it, and it's mostly taking the place of 2 different other sounds. The best letter of the alphabet is the letter R, because it is very vibrant, it is very colorful. I think that the sound profile of it is like very pleasing, and I think that it gets used enough that it even gets the top billing on Wheel of Fortune. So, quick and easy.
Fucking bring it. Fucking come at me, P people out there. Yeah, you think P's the coolest letter? Fuck you. Fuck you and all of your P shit. I'm sick of it. S I can get. I understand S, but...
You found a spaceship. What do you name it, and who's on the crew?
Oh, fuck. It's kind of... I think it's because I've been playing the Outer Worlds. Well, I played the Outer Worlds a couple months back, so like that kind of space futurism, a very kind of like Art Deco, 1920s kind of aesthetic, like the kind of Flash Gordon. I'm not answering the question. I think I would name it the Stardust. And on my crew, I would have a pretty stereotypical lot. I'm thinking like a big, rough and tumble alien guy that's like heavy weapons expert. I think I would need to have 2 engineers like that disagree with each other. I think that'd be a fun dynamic. And a part of their arc is like figuring out how to like compromise and stuff, and that'd be neat. They're twins! Oh, twin engineers! That'd be so cool! I don't think I would have a first officer because, like, small enough crew. Like, I'm really thinking kind of ragtag bunch of ne'er-do-well sort of aesthetic. There would be one Han Solo type, and he doesn't do anything on the ship, but he's just good to have around for whatever. And then one xenobiologist. The Han Solo type is the janitor. There we go. Now I'm such a weirdo that like I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Like now I'm gonna be like, all right, well, here we go, crew of the Stardust. All right, engage engines. We don't have a pilot. How do we not? Art, can you? Han Solo type, can you? Dude, I just know janitor stuff. Fuck! What about you guys? No, we just handle the engines. Well, he handles the important. I don't care about you. Who's flying the ship? Yeah, so that wouldn't work really well, but you know, it's my spaceship, so fuck off. I didn't even think about like populating with people that I know. Because who knows how to fly a spaceship?
Exactly.
We would get Buzz Aldrin, like as he is now, as a very old man to pilot the ship. Sci-fi, like characters, and then Buzz Aldrin. That sounds like a great television program, actually. And you actually just hire Buzz Aldrin to be on this show. You just cut to a shot of like a laser battle and stuff, and then like you just see Buzz like sitting in an easy chair. I don't do that. I went to the moon. Wait, did Buzz Aldrin go to the moon? Yes.
You did it! That was your first video!
Yeah! All right.
How'd that feel? Do you feel powerful?
I do feel powerful.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.